Good morning, everybody. Coulter here, and I have just a lot of stuff to kind of cover today, so I thought I would just put it all into one video. I've been lax on putting out stuff one by one, so today we're just gonna take a look at a lot of different things. So first off, the last video I made, I was looking for a case for my Fold 7, and I could not find one that I liked. And I finally did, and it's called the Later case, and it's very thin. It covers the front and back. It doesn't have hinge protection. The only thing that I wish it had was MagSafe on the back, but it doesn't. So, but it makes it easier to open. The case is thin. It took me a few minutes or a few hours or a day or so to get used to the feel of the case, but I like it now. So the only complaint I have is that it says, it calls this crimson, which I don't know how it looks on camera, but it's not crimson. When you pull back, you can see better. It's maroon. It's not crimson, it's maroon. It's not red, it's maroon. But can't win them all. So I love the Fold 7. It's the best phone that I've had in years. Okay, so there's an update on that. Now I also have a new piece of tech, and that is the Amazfit Helio Strap. And I've been tracking it and my Whoop strap for about 2 weeks, and the numbers are very similar. Whoop tracks some things differently, like HRV and stuff, but otherwise the numbers are very similar. It doesn't do everything that the Whoop does, but I don't need a lot of those things. It does the Amazfit Helio does the things that I care about. So it tracks my sleep, HRV, heart rate, resting heart rate. It gives me a recovery score, or what it calls biocharge, and it's pretty cool. The biocharge is kind of cool. It starts out as a number, say 80. And the more you do through the day, the biocharge goes down. It's like your battery going down for the day. And if you rest, it goes back up, and so on. So I'm not sure if the goal is to deplete it necessarily, but so far I haven't. So take from that what you will. But I'm definitely letting my Whoop subscription go next month and sticking with the Helio Strap. The Whoop subscription would cost me $250 a year, I think, and the Helio Strap was a $99 one-time purchase with no subscription, so it's a no-brainer. So one sec, mouth is going dry from talking too much. I have been happy, I said, with my Fold 7, and I used to carry two phones all the time, an iPhone and this, or an iPhone and an Android phone. And I like this so much I stopped carrying my iPhone. So I'm no longer on iPhone. In fact, I sold my Apple Watch, and as soon as I do a couple things with my iPhone, I'm selling my iPhone. So I was on Verizon prepaid with my Fold 7 because this is complicated and weird, but my family is on T-Mobile. We have a family plan with T-Mobile, and T-Mobile works great at home, but it can't get any service at work at all. So we thought about switching everybody to Verizon, but the problem is Verizon is pretty sketchy at home, but it works great at work. But everybody else is home most of the time, so that wouldn't work to move everybody to Verizon. So I got a Verizon prepaid plan just for my Fold 7 so that I could have service at work. Well, I've had that for about a year, and I decided I might as well go to a postpaid plan because there's things that I'm missing by not having a postpaid plan. I don't get the highest internet connection and some things like that. So I called, or I chatted online, because I hate calling Verizon. They have the worst calling system I've ever experienced. And I chatted online, which was not much better because my chat kept dropping. And luckily I kept getting the same agent over and over, but it would drop about every 15 minutes for no reason. But anyway, I told him I wanted to switch, and he said, well, I can give you a new free phone if you're going to a postpaid plan. So I was like, he said he could give me an iPhone. I said, well, I really don't want an iPhone. I just had an iPhone that I stopped using, and I don't really want a new iPhone. And he said, well, how about a Samsung phone? I said, well, Samsung's what I have, so I don't want a new Samsung phone. And plus, I'm thinking it's going to be like an A35 or A whatever the crappy phone they have out right now is. And he said, well, what about a Pixel? And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it'd probably be a 9A, you know, something like that, but that'd be all right. And he goes, I can hook you up with the new Pixel 10 for free when you sign over. And I was like, is it really free? Well, you have to pay the taxes on it, you know, but otherwise it's free. I'm like, okay, well, so I started asking him questions, you know, what phone is it exactly? And it's the, you know, Pixel Phone 10. And I said, well, what if I got the Pro? How much would that be a month for me, if, you know, extra? And he looked it up and he said it'd be $5 a month. I said, give me the Pro. And he goes, do you want the 128 gig? And I was like, no, I don't want the 128 gig. That's not enough. So he said, well, the 256 gig Pixel 10 Pro would be $7 a month. So I was like, okay, that's cheap enough, you know. So my free phone is now costing me $7 a month, which is $252 over 36 months. So my free phone is now $252 over 3 years, which is not bad for an $1,100 phone. So, but man, I've had nothing but problems with this phone since I got it. And some of it's Verizon's fault, and some of it's Pixel's fault, and some of it is just, well, we'll get to that. So, first thing that happened was they switched my phone number from my Fold to my Pixel when they shipped it. But the shipping, you know, the phone wasn't even out yet. So I wasn't going to get it. And this happened on a Monday, and the phone was scheduled to be delivered on Thursday. So I didn't have a phone number at all that day. So luckily I still had my iPhone connected to T-Mobile, and I called and I was like, hey, what's going on? And it took them a while to figure out that that's actually what happened, was they switched my phone number to the Pixel. And so they couldn't fix it. I had to go to the store, and I waited an hour and a half at the store, and it took them about 30 minutes to figure out what to do. And credit to the ladies that were there, the customer service ladies, because they tried several different things and had to put their heads together to figure out how in the world they were going to fix my phone. So they finally got it fixed. So then I get home and I start setting it up, and I get to the point where I want to pair my watch. I have a Galaxy Watch Classic 8 Classic, right? And it connects, you know, pretty smoothly, and it's fine. So I'm going on, and the next morning I wake up and my watch is completely dead, which is odd because, you know, I went to bed with it at almost 100%. So I put it on the charger while I got ready for work, and I took my charger to work so I could charge it up for a little while at work. And there was a little thing saying I was disconnected from the phone. So I was like, huh. So I tried to reconnect it, and it would not reconnect. And it acted like it wanted to connect from the very beginning, like it never had been connected. So I tried that, and it would not work. And I looked up online, you know, what should I do? And I tried everything that I could find online about what to do about it. And it still just wouldn't connect. It kept giving me a pin error saying that the pin didn't match, which is when you start up, it gives you a number on your phone. It says, look at the number on your watch, and if they match, good. And it, sometimes it would match, sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes it wouldn't give me time to press OK. It would just go off and say pin error. So it was really frustrating. And I finally online, I looked on Reddit, and other people were having the same problem, that nobody was able to connect. So there's something wrong with the Pixel, where a Galaxy Watch 8 Classic will not connect. Even the Galaxy Watch Ultra is not connecting. So I'm like, it's frustrating. And I have no idea how long it's going to last and all that. So Saturday, I went to my mom's, who lives in Allen, which is a bigger, it's closer to Dallas than I am, and it's a bigger town than I'm in. And on the way there, I thought, you know what? Because I looked on Swappa to see if I could get an old Pixel Watch. And they had, Pixel Watch, the original Pixel Watch was like $50 on Swappa. And I thought, I don't know about that. Plus, it's Labor Day weekend. It would take forever for somebody to mail me one. And who knows how long it would take to get. And by the time I got it, they may have fixed the Classic problem, the Galaxy Watch 8 Classic problem. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. But on the way there, I thought, well, I wonder if I look on Facebook Marketplace if there's somebody selling one close to Allen for cheap. So I looked on, when I got to my mom's, I looked on online, and I found one where a guy who was only 12 minutes away from me was selling one pretty cheap. So I connected with him and I bought it. I got the Pixel Watch 2 for pretty cheap. And I thought, it's worth it if I only use it for a couple of weeks. It'll be worth using, because then I'll just turn around and sell it on Facebook Marketplace here, So I got it. Well, it's driving me crazy. It hardly ever gets notifications, which is all I want it for right now. I don't care about any of the health tracking that it has. Right now, anyway, all I want it for is notifications, because at work, I cannot hear my phone, or, when it buzzes. And the vibration on the Pixel phone is not great either, so I can't feel it. So I hardly ever get notifications on the Pixel Watch. In fact, the phone itself hardly ever alerts me to notifications. And I've dug through all the settings and have everything turned on, and I still miss notifications. So it's frustrating on both accounts. But today, I know this is a long story, but that's okay. Today I was cleaning out my drawer next to my bed, and I found a Galaxy Watch 3. And I thought I'd sold it a long time ago. It's an old watch. Obviously, we're on the 8 now. But I thought, well, I'll try to connect that. So I connected it to my phone, and it got all the way to the part where it's like, connecting. May take a few minutes. And it was saying that for about 30 minutes. And I thought, this is not going to work. It's just stuck, So I put a post up on Reddit about it and saying, has anybody else tried this kind of thing? It's been working for 30 minutes. And right after I posted the post on Reddit, it finished and it works. So now I have my Galaxy Watch 3 connected to the watch, and I am getting all my notifications, and everything seems to be working great. So, hallelujah, So hopefully they fix the Watch 8, and put it out an update. And I read somewhere that on the beta 3, whatever the beta is right now, version 3, they have fixed the problem. But I can't get on the beta with the new phone. So I can't use it yet. They're on version 1 live. So I figure it's going to take, probably till December at least before we get around to getting that beta 3 live. So it's going to be a while before I can use that that other watch, but I'm glad I got a good substitute now. So, speaking of the Pixel, I got the, let's see, here it is. Nope, that's not it. Where is it? I got the official Pixel case, and I got the blue one because I wanted the blue color, but they don't have the blue color in the Pro, of course, which is something everybody complains about. They don't have the good colors on the Pro. They always have these muted black, white, or gray, So I got the blue, and I liked it. The color is amazing, but the case is terrible. I think it's smooth and slippery, which the phone is also very slippery. So I don't understand why case manufacturers do this. Why do they make your case feel like you're going to drop it all the time? So I'm not using it. I'm sending it back. So yesterday I got online on Amazon and I ordered 2 cases. One, this cheap clear case. Let's take this off. This cheap clear case, and I think it was $14, something like that. And I bought a more expensive case, the Spigen case, and it's not clear. It's kind of a navy blue with yellow highlights. But I've had this exact case for my iPhone before, and I like it. So I got both of those this morning, and I did the clear one first, and I love it. It's grippy enough. It's fine enough. I don't even know what company makes it. It's some weird combination of letters that don't make any sense, but it works good, and it's got nice button things, which is good. And yeah, it's great. And I also got the little Google Ring thing. When I bought the phone, I bought the Ring thing. Oops, did I break it? I think I just broke it. Oh. Ugh. No, I didn't break it. There. And I'm loving it. It was good when I didn't have a case at all because it's grippier than the phone, and it was just a good way to hold it, So, and it makes a little stand for the phone, so that's kind of cool. So I got a case that I like, which is good. So I'm just sending the Spigen back. I didn't even open the box. So, so that's the saga of that. That reminds me, the later case, the one thing, not the one thing, but one of the things that drives me nuts about the later case is it doesn't have button. It just has a big cutout for all the buttons. It doesn't have in each little individual button thing. So I'm constantly searching for the power button. And if you know anything about Samsung versus Google, you also know that the power button on the Samsung is on the bottom, power button on the Google is on the top. So between the two of them, I'm going nuts trying to remember how to turn the stupid things on. But the Google phone, this is a mini review of the Google Pixel 10 Pro. I'm not going to go into all the stats and all that junk. You can look at any other review and they'll give you all that stuff. But there's a couple things that I've noticed that concern me. One is it stutters a lot. Like when I'm scrolling, let's see if I can, when I'm on something and I'm scrolling, it's not, see how it stopped right there? It stopped right there. It's not super smooth. And a lot of times I'll restart the phone and that'll fix it for a while, but then it starts back up again. And I don't have anything, I'm not on the highest graphics resolution. I'm not on 120 hertz or anything like that. I'm not on the biggest whatever, and it still does it. So the other day I was trying to move an app off the main board, and you have to move it up to where it says remove, and it wouldn't go up there because it just kept stopping. And I finally had to restart the phone and then do it. So it's concerning. like I say, I feel like I'm missing notifications. I've got both phones working now, and I get notifications on my Fold that I don't get on the Pixel ever, you know. So I am getting my text messages, which is good. It's the only difference between the two phones is the numbers. So I am getting my text messages. And so what do I like about it? It's tough to say. Hang on. It's the most iPhone like Android phone I've ever used, and this is not my first Pixel. This is actually my third Pixel, so I knew that going in, knew that it was a lot like iPhone. It's I've only had it a few days, so I haven't had much time to do a lot of things with it, especially the AI stuff, which is what everybody's talking about on these new phones. It seems to be the main draw of these phones, but really there's no upside for me in returning it. If I return it to Verizon, I have to pay a $50 restocking fee, so my free phone is going to cost me $50, and I would get nothing in return. I wouldn't be able to say, well, how about that other free phone that you offered me? They're going to say no, you know. So you know, the only upside would be, I guess it would get me out of a 3-year contract with Verizon, because as long as I have this phone, I'm stuck with Verizon. But I'm okay with that. It's already been a year, and it seemed to go by just like that. And like I say, I get good service with it, so I'm gonna give it another week and see. If it's still giving me all kinds of problems, then I'll return it. But anyway, sorry, see my cool sticker for my cup? I want to believe. Yeah, I think that's it. I think I've talked enough. If you sat through all that, kudos to you. Oh, a health update. 2 health updates. One, I went to my cardiologist. I don't know if I said this before on a video, but I went to my cardiologist and he said I have the heart of a 26-year-old. And I'm 53. So that's outstanding news, that my heart is doing well. So all those numbers that I'm getting from my ultrahuman ring that were concerning me are not things to be concerned about. So that's one. And 2, I missed running. I stopped running when it got, you know, into the 80s here in Texas, because it's just too hot. The humidity and everything is just too hot. So I've been a couple of months now without running, and I missed it. So I went to sign up for a gym. So first I was going to go to Planet Fitness, because they used to be $10 a month and no contract. And now they're $15 a month and you have to have a 1-year contract. And I've always had problems trying to end my contract with them, so I didn't want to go back. So I looked up Nautilus here in town. There's a gym called Nautilus. I don't know if they're everywhere, but so I went to Nautilus, and they had a deal where you could pay, I think, $30 a month for their platinum membership, and you can come in 24 hours a day. $30 is a lot of money. But you could pay $350 a year. Was it $350? Maybe it's $40 a month. Anyway, it ended up being cheaper to pay for the whole year at once. And I just sold my Apple Watch, and I had the money. So I thought, man, I'll just pay for a whole year in advance, and then that way I don't have to worry about the monthly payment. I don't have to worry about whatever, you know. So I went in, and I was fully prepared to pay for a year worth of service, or a year worth of membership. And I saw this guy, we were talking about it. I was talking about it to the employee there, you know, what I wanted to do. And then I saw this guy playing basketball, and he waved at me. And the employee goes, "Do you know that guy?" And I said, "Yeah, I work with him." And he goes, "Oh, you work at Beeline?" And I said, "Yeah, I work at Beeline." And he goes, "Well, you guys have a corporate account. I can sign you up for a corporate account, and it's only $20 a month, and they take it like $5 a week out of your check." And I was like, sign me up. It's practically free. So yeah, I'm signed up at Nautilus and didn't have to pay the $350. They just started taking out my check, and I was able to start working out immediately. So I've been I want to say running, but I haven't really been running. I've been doing a lot of fast walking so far. I've run a little bit, but I'm easing myself back into it. And running on a treadmill is a lot different than running outside. So I've not been a big fan of that. But so yeah, there's two. I've given the name of our channel is Health and Tech, or Tech and Health. I can never remember. But I've given you some tech updates and I've given you some health updates. So boom. So, and I think that's all that I have. If you have any questions, drop a comment. If you watched all the way to the end and you're still with me, congratulations. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that. Give me a thumbs up. It always helps. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.